Welcome to Sports BioS. I'm your host, Howard Closewell. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating life of Grover Cleveland Alexander, one of the most iconic figures in baseball history. Born on February 26, 1887, in Elba, Nebraska, Alexander's early life was marked by a unique blend of rural simplicity and athletic talent. As we delve into his formative years, you'll discover how his family, education, and environment shaped him into a remarkable individual, poised to take the baseball world by storm. Grover Cleveland Alexander was the third of 7 children born to William and Margaret Alexander, Scottish immigrants who had settled in Nebraska in the late 19th century. The Alexander family lived on a farm near Elba, where they grew corn, wheat, and livestock, and young Grover spent his childhood helping with chores, playing sports, and exploring the rolling hills and vast open spaces of the Nebraskan countryside. As a child, Alexander attended the local one-room schoolhouse in Elba, where he developed a passion for learning and a strong work ethic. His parents encouraged his academic pursuits, but they also recognized his natural athletic ability, particularly in baseball. Grover's father, William, was an avid sportsman who had played cricket and rugby in Scotland, and he taught his son the fundamentals of pitching, catching, batting. The Alexander family's farm was situated near the Platte River, which offered ample opportunities for outdoor activities like fishing, hunting, and swimming. Young Grover spent hours exploring the riverbanks, developing a deep appreciation for nature and a strong connection to the land. This rural upbringing would later influence his approach to baseball, as he drew parallels between the discipline required to farm the land and the dedication needed to master the game. As Alexander grew older, he began to play organized baseball with his friends and siblings, using makeshift equipment and improvised rules. The sound of the ball cracking against the bat, the smell of fresh-cut grass, and the thrill of competition all captivated Alexander's imagination, setting him on a path that would eventually lead him to the pinnacle of baseball greatness. The historical context of Alexander's early years was marked by significant events and social changes. The late 19th century saw a period of rapid growth and expansion in the United States, as the country struggled to come to terms with its newfound identity and purpose. The aftermath of the Civil War had left deep scars, and the nation was grappling with issues of racial tension, economic inequality, and social justice. In Nebraska, the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad had brought new opportunities for growth and development, but it also posed significant challenges for rural communities like Elba. As we explore the early influences that shaped Alexander's character, it's clear that his family played a pivotal role in instilling the values of hard work, perseverance, and fair play. His father's experiences in Scotland had taught him the importance of discipline and resilience, while his mother's nurturing presence had encouraged his love of learning and his creative pursuits. Together, they created a supportive environment that allowed Alexander to flourish, both as an individual and as an athlete. The rural landscape of Nebraska also played a significant role in shaping Alexander's early years. The vast open spaces, the rolling hills, and the majestic skies all combined to inspire a sense of wonder and awe in the young boy. He spent hours exploring the countryside, hunting, fishing, and playing in the woods, developing a deep appreciation for the natural world and a strong connection to the land. As we conclude this initial segment on Grover Cleveland Alexander's early life, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a remarkable journey, one that will take us from the sun-drenched fields of rural Nebraska to the bright lights of Major League Baseball. Alexander's professional baseball career began in 1910, when he signed with the Syracuse Stars, a minor league team in the New York State League. His impressive performance on the mound, which included a 29-12 win-loss record and a 1.85 ERA, caught the attention of scouts from the Philadelphia Phillies, who signed him to a contract in 1911. As a rookie with the Phillies, Alexander quickly established himself as one of the most dominant pitchers in the National League, posting a 28-13 record and a 2.57 ERA. The 1915 season was a breakout year for Alexander, as he led the Phillies to their first National League pennant since 1883. He won 31 games that season, including a streak of 16 consecutive victories, and posted a 1.22 ERA.D. His performance earned him the National League MVP award and cemented his reputation as one of the greatest pitchers in baseball history. Alexander's success on the mound was not limited to his individual achievements. He was also a key member of the Phillies rotation, helping the team win 3 National League pennants between 1915 and 1930. His teammates included other Hall of Famers like Epirixie and Jim Bunning, and together they formed one of the most formidable pitching staffs in baseball history. Despite his success on the field, Alexander's personal life was marked by struggle and tragedy. He suffered from epilepsy, which caused him to experience seizures throughout his life, and he also struggled with alcoholism. In 1918, he enlisted in the U.S. Army during World War I and was stationed in France, where he was exposed to mustard gas and suffered a severe case of shell shock. Alexander's experiences during the war had a profound impact on his life and career. He returned to the United States in 1919 and resumed his baseball career, but he was never the same pitcher again. His epilepsy and shell shock symptoms worsened, and he began to drink heavily to cope with his pain. Despite these challenges, Alexander continued to pitch at an elite level, winning 20 games or more in 4 consecutive seasons between 1922 and 1925. The historical context of Alexander's career was marked by significant events and social changes. The early 20th century saw a period of rapid growth and expansion in the United States, as the country struggled to come to terms with its newfound identity and purpose. The aftermath of World War I had left deep scars, and the nation was grappling with issues of economic inequality, racial tension, and social justice. In baseball, the live ball era had begun, and the game was becoming more offense-oriented, with teams scoring more runs and hitting more home runs. As we explore Alexander's primary achievements, it's clear that his dedication to the sport he loved was unwavering. Despite the challenges he faced on and off the field, he remained committed to his craft, always striving to improve and push himself to new heights. His legacy extends far beyond his impressive statistics and accolades. He inspired generations of baseball players and fans with his courage, resilience, and passion for the game. The question on our minds is, how will Alexander respond to the challenges that lie ahead, and what will be the ultimate legacy of this remarkable baseball player? The 1930s were a time of decline for Alexander, as his epilepsy and shell shock symptoms worsened, and he began to experience more frequent seizures. Despite these challenges, he continued to pitch, albeit at a lower level, and was eventually traded to the Chicago Cubs in 1932. Alexander's time with the Cubs was marked by a series of injuries and setbacks, including a broken leg and a bout of pneumonia. In 1936, Alexander retired from baseball, his body worn down by years of pitching and his mind struggling to cope with the trauma he had experienced during World War I. He spent the remainder of his life in poverty, relying on the charity of friends and former teammates to get by. Despite his struggles, Alexander remained a beloved figure in the baseball world, and his legacy as one of the greatest pitchers in history continued to grow. In 1938, Alexander was elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, a testament to his enduring impact on the game. His induction speech was given by his friend and former teammate, Rogers Hornsby, who spoke eloquently about Alexander's courage and dedication to the sport. Alexander's later years were marked by a series of health problems, including epilepsy, heart disease, and Parkinson's disease. He died on November 4, 1950, at the age of 63, in a small apartment in St. Louis, Missouri. His funeral was attended by many of his former teammates and friends, who came to pay their respects to a man who had given so much to the game of baseball. As we look back on Alexander's life and career, it's clear that he was a complex and multifaceted individual, driven by both a passion for baseball and a series of personal demons. His legacy extends far beyond his impressive statistics and accolades. He inspired generations of baseball players and fans with his courage, resilience, and determination. In the words of Alexander himself, I have been blessed with a great gift, and I have tried to use it to the best of my ability. I have had my share of triumphs and tragedies, but through it all, I have remained committed to the game of baseball and to the ideals of fair play and sportsmanship that it represents. As we conclude our series on Grover Cleveland Alexander, we are reminded of the power of baseball to transcend time and circumstance, to bring people together in a shared experience of joy and community. Alexander's story is a testament to the enduring appeal of the game and to the human spirit that drives us all to pursue our passions, no matter what challenges we may face. And so, we bid farewell to Grover Cleveland Alexander, a true legend of the game and a reminder of the transformative power of baseball to touch our lives and inspire our imaginations. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Alexander's life and career. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.